Hello, Sunshine. It's Timmy, and this is not an episode, but it's more like an update video. As you know, I do tend to do sometimes. There's a few things I want to cover, uh, and usually I try to be a little bit more prepared and a little bit more rested. But today I'm kind of running behind schedule. I'm in a rush. I'm kind of word vomiting, but I think this is the best time because recently a lot of people are coming out. Also, like content creators that I really enjoy. I've been coming out and talking about authenticity, and obviously trying to make sure that they are editing less and doing more videos where it's just like straight without any cuts, or very minimal cuts, and to kind of talk about things from the heart, because this is kind of the things that people do enjoy. And it's important, I think, nowadays, because there's so many AI things and so many edits going on. We try to present the best look of our best side of our life, and it's not relatable sometimes, because then you kind of aspire and you feel like your life has to be perfect, and you have to work really hard to kind of get to those kind of places, but it ends up damaging a lot of people. And in the light of this week being sort of Men's Mental Health Week in particular, I really want to make sure that I kind of speak out as well, because I used to have depression, and I think it comes back here and there sometimes. I'm off medication now because I made the decision that I didn't want to rely on medication to kind of feel like I'm constantly kind of in a place where it's acceptable. I feel like it's very important to train your willpower and discipline yourself. That being said, with like substance abuse, which I used to be really, really bad with, and I still kind of have like problems with at the moment and here and there, and I'm trying to like kind of completely eradicate it from my life. I think it's really important to talk about all these things, and I struggle with that. I used to isolate a lot when I used it, and I felt a lot of guilt. And part of the journey of doing the podcast is also one of my main goals was to kind of become a spokesperson for it, and kind of make myself a believable story that, to showcase the struggles, what kind of things, challenges are presented, and, like what it does to one's life when, you're deep in it. And you'll be aware that I'm doing like this countdown right now, and that's my process of doing a countdown for trying to be sober for 100 days. So that is what it's about. I was going to reveal it at 100, but I feel like that's kind of a cop out, so I'm going to reveal it now and just let people kind of have an idea. And I'm going to actually make more diary entry style kind of shorts and little episodes that are outside of like the actual official episodes, to kind of like keep track and also share my story with other people. And if you're dealing with that journey right now, then it might be something that helps you, because you can converse with me, you can leave comments, you could ask if you want to jump on and make an episode with me and talk about things, or you can just have a personal chat, private chat with me. I think that would all be good for people like us. What did I want to cover? Yes. Another thing I wanted to cover was a big thank you to all the new subscribers. I don't know what it is and where you guys are coming from, to really showcase how big of an increase and how incredible you guys have been. This is what's happening. I believe in like March, April, May, most of those months, the overall subscription subscribers that I got were plus 2 or 3 at the most. This month we have, and we're not even at 20th yet of the month, it is at 29 plus subscribers. That is a huge percentage of increase, and the views, you guys have been doing amazing for me. And yes, that's what I wanted to speak to you guys about. I'm going to post it up here to let you see sort of like the numbers. If you guys are willing to help me, I would love, while I try to create more better episodes for you, if you can help me by basically just watching more and try to like, subscribe, comment, and increase the sort of like the interaction. And I want to get to know you guys. Say hi from where you are. Tell me your name, and like what's your hobbies, what you enjoyed about the episode that you're commenting on. And just share with some friends. Tell them that like, hey, this is a guy that I just started following. If you want to like watch like a podcast that's about everything, yeah, and that would really, really help. But yeah, more subscribers would be absolutely amazing. I still have about 40 to 50 more to go to kind of hit the number. And, obviously, to me, it's incredible. If I'm standing in a room with 500 people who are interested in me, I would probably be freaking out. And that's how I want to view it. And I talked to a good friend, Brezie, who's a producer, and he, I was talking to him about numbers. He's very, very good with his job. He's very level-headed. He's very, very determined and very, very just, he knows what he's doing and what he wants to do, and he's wanting to make the most out of his life. And one of the best kind of influence kind of friends that you can have. So go give him a follow if you want someone really positive to kind of like be in your life and makes incredible music and has surrounded him with incredible artists. Or if you're an artist who wants to create your own music, he's got a studio in DY called Flow State Studio. Look him up. Really cool studio, by the way. It's really beautiful. What was I saying? But yeah, so I was having a chat with him, and in the end we were talking about, it's just numbers. Sometimes it'll dip, sometimes it'll increase, and as a content creator, it's very easy to fall into that kind of number crunching and number focus kind of like headspace. But it's not important. The most important thing is, yes, I do want to get my monetization up and running and hit that sort of criteria, but it wouldn't matter in the end if I hit that view and then notice that nobody cared about like what they were watching, like nobody was excited about what I'm bringing to the table. This is what the channel is about. It's kind of like I'm trying to experience all these things that I have been putting off, or things that I would be like, oh, maybe I'll do it sometime. I'll do it next time. It's like your favorite restaurant, as I like to use as an example. You walk by this place, you go, that looks so good. Maybe I'll try it sometime. Maybe I'll try it sometime. Goes past like 2 weeks, 1 month goes by, a year goes by, you drive past again, and then you notice that the shop is closed and you never got a chance to try it. It's a whole thing where people refer to, wear that nice dress, crack open that champagne, don't wait for that special occasion, celebrate every little milestone, and enjoy your life, because you never know if you have tomorrow, and that's how you should live it. Do everything you can to enjoy your life today to the utmost of your ability. And I'm trying to really follow that I guess like that mentality and that kind of positivity. I do want to showcase I've had a few new jewelries lately. So I've got this ring. I'll leave the links all down below. This is really, really one of my favorite rings right now. It's just such a cool design, and it goes thinner down here. And if you're like me, have weird hands and knuckles, by the way, like fingers and knuckles, like my fingers are quite thin, but my knuckles are huge and chunky. So what happens is with rings, it's really hard to measure, because you're trying to measure like how it fits here so it doesn't dangle around or move around a lot. But the issue is then you can't get it through your knuckles. So what I've learned from me personally, fashion is very much about knowing your body, knowing your type, knowing your like what works on you. Are you a curvy person? Are you a thin person? Same things don't work on each person. Best way to put it is, a very lovely outfit isn't necessarily a lovely outfit on you. So know who you are. Another great example I saw, which is more about like body dysmorphia and body sort of like positivity, is a girl saying that when she wants to like get skinnier or thinks she's a bit like too chunky or whatever, she'll look at herself and go, it's like if I want to get really skinny and look like a greyhound, but I'm actually a corgi, I'm just going to always look like a very, very sick corgi rather than a greyhound, which is really, really good way to put it. And I think that really highlights how, toxic some of the pop culture sort of expectations for body and body imagery can be. Anyway, it's like back to what I was saying, as I say, word vomiting a little bit. But yeah, so I got this really nice feather earring, dangling earring, all black. Love black jewelry, and I love dangly stuff. And this is very light, very easy to wear. I like the little sound it makes. This is the kind of jewelry I love. And there's another one that I'm going to link as well that I love. It's like a 2-bar dangly one, but I keep losing the bars. I've like ordered it 2 or 3 times already, so I've kind of stopped ordering for now. It's not that expensive, but it's really, really great. And the guy always sends 1 extra pair of earring with it, which is really nice. And this company that sent this has it's not from Australia, it's outside of Australia, and it actually came with a surprise gift. It's basically 2 sort of cone-shaped earrings, and one has a wooden piece with a black cone-shaped earring, and then the other one's just a silver piece. And they're well packaged, and this one's from Jewelry Magic Box, and it says, "Modern jewelry, your style and joy. Thank you for your purchase. Your review will be highly appreciated," which I definitely will. It's from Etsy, obviously. Etsy is my favorite place to get jewelry. It's more like unique pieces, and there's more price ranges, and generally you get very, very good quality. And you get so many different kind of things that you can search for. And if you see someone wearing something that you like, take a picture of it or like screenshot it from online, and there is like a button where you can upload imagery and use that as an image search. I always forget about that. Anyway, they included something really cool that says symbol meaning of feathers deal with ascension, spiritual evolution to a higher plane. Feathers were worn by Native American chiefs to symbolize their communication with spirit and to express their celestial wisdom. Feathers are a product of birds. As such, the feather is inseparable from the bird. Birds represent freedom and inspiration, which if you don't know, I don't know if I can showcase that. It's going to be a bit hard with all this. Let's see if I can pull that down. I have it's going to be hard. Let's see. I have a very similar kind of meaning kind of tied to a free bird in a compass, trying to symbolize to break free and follow your dreams, follow your heart, never be lost. And yeah, it's a good reminder actually. And I have a sun here because I love sunshine and sunflowers, all the kind of like positive imagery to do with like sunlight and warmth. And that's why you'll see I use the heart, but always an orange heart a lot, because it's kind of like heart ablaze and the sun is sun in your heart, that kind of kindness, warmth. It's that kind of imagery that I really, really relate to. And it's what this podcast is very much about. And I try to keep like, it's not always easy, but I try to stay on top and follow that like direction. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't want to rumble on too much. It's really cool. I got all these in time. There's one more surprise coming in today's shorts. I finally got the order. It's right behind me. Hopefully you can't see the address. But it's going to go right there in the empty space. And it's going to be a very, very special thing. I did kind of fuck up the order a little bit, and I'm going to explain that at some point. But otherwise, this is my update. Check in on all your friends. I personally can't really give any advice because I feel like things like mental health, like depression, for example, or anything that comes with like, say, substance abuse and all that kind of stuff that revolves around it, or people harm themselves. This doesn't just go away. One thing you can promise them and tell them is stay long enough. Life is always up and down. You'll always get something better, and you're always going to start feeling like something beautiful, and then you'll appreciate the things that, like, life always has its downside, but what makes it worth living is the beautiful moments always outweigh the darker moments, and you always think, wow, I'm so glad I made it out the other side. I promise you that that's a feeling that you will definitely experience at some point, and you will really, really be grateful for yourself for staying. And when just remember, like, if you think you're a burden, if you actually, like, you are not a burden. And A. Parker has a really great song that's literally called Burden, and explains it really well. Never like not try to at least talk to someone before you make those decisions. Talk to them, say you feel like you're a burden, and let them tell you what they really think, because what you think and what you believe is a perception of reality. And one thing said to one person and then to another can be perceived in so many different ways. Just remember that. So what you believe in might not be reality, especially if you're dealing with some kind of mental health illness and you know that you're struggling. Then know 100% that what you believe in might not be true. So the best way is always to talk to someone directly and just ask it. Just say, look, you might think I'm crazy. I think you hate me. And then they might say, what kind of nonsense is that? I didn't know you needed help. I didn't know you needed company. I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do, or what can I do for you? Or someone might go above and beyond and know exactly what to say and what to do. Me personally, I do try to be like kind and warm to other people, but I think be honest, like if someone had some kind of mental health illness, I do not know how to reach out. I just try to check in on them as much as often and say, hey, how are you doing? Do you want to hang out? Do you want to chat? I am currently working on just kind of reaching out with friends more often and just initiating chat. I don't ask them necessarily if their mental health thing is good. I try to avoid that topic altogether because I feel like forcing them to answer that question, I've read somewhere before that that's actually something that makes it really challenging for them and makes them want to shut down, potentially, which I understand. If you're not ready, you don't want to talk about it. But I think if initiate conversation, talk about things that make them fun, send them funny videos, talk to them, and just keep on engaging and checking in and kind of making sure that, hey, I'm here, I'm around, talk to me. Do you feel like talking? Do you feel like you need someone? And they could say no, they could say yes. Like I initiated with a newer friend that has been going through a lot this year, and I just I know that he struggles, she struggles with some stuff recently as well. So I was just checking in and trying to remember. And I was like, like rather than just checking, I was like, let's do an actual like proper phone call or chat. And so we are planning something. And I said, like, I want to get to know you better as well, because we're quite new in terms of friendship. So I'm like, I should make the effort. If I really care about this person, make the effort. Anyway, that's my word vomit and update. Again, thank you guys so much for channeling in, like tuning into my channel and following all my adventures and all my ups and downs. And I promise I'll be authentic and tell you everything as it is whenever I can. And just words kind of express how excited I am. Like, when I started this project, the first criticism I got was someone said, I don't think that's a good idea that you're doing everything in any kind of topic. I think people will want to like focus on one thing. It's going to be very confusing for people, blah, blah, blah. And I just thought, no, I'm going to stay with it. I was like, because look, there's a million like podcasts out there. Everyone's doing a podcast. But the thing that will separate me is that I am following my life and I'm doing experiences. Life is about experiences. Life is changing all the time. So, and also you're going to get burnt out like listening to the same topic over and over again. Imagine if you're like, oh, my topic is mental health illness and I talk about mental health illness for like 10 years. Imagine that. Like, kudos if that's like what you love and you can do it and you don't get sick of it. But I think with me and my personality and like my, interest in a lot of things, and and I remember I used to be a person before I got into like substance abuse. I was like very much like and I'm getting into this habit again, which is good. I used to have a habit wherever someone asked me a question and I didn't know, so they say, what do you do when this happens? And I go, I don't know, but that's a good question. And I'll just whip out Google and I learned something that day. At that point, usually the person might even walk away and they don't even care about the answer anymore, but I still make sure I learn the answer to that question. And I'm trying to channel that energy back in. And I'm like, I don't know how to sew. I want to learn to sew and kind of make hats with some kind of sewing technique and bossery. Is that how you call it? Embroidery. All this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I have to sit down. I have to learn. I was like, I don't have a lot of money right now and I need more money for the channel. I want to invest in more things. There are free events. I can rely on that for now as well. But I was like, I need to start investing and learning that. I can't just go, I don't know how to invest. I'm not like those people. Oh, I wish I can like have money like that. Those people did hard work and put in their hard work and spent time getting to the point of knowledge that they have. So I'm going to start working on investing as well. Good luck with that. I'm very, very bad with numbers, but those things can be improved. Brezie keeps reminding me, he's like, stop telling yourself these things like you're bad with direction. Oh, I'm so bad with this. Yes, you can say maybe you are bad at it, but try to change the mentality and say like, I can improve on it. And like, because the more you tell yourself something that you're bad, your brain will kind of wipe down all the things that are positive and keep on repeating the negative and keep pushing towards that direction. And eventually you'll just become worse and worse rather than better. So stay positive, keep up the sunshine, and always reach out to your friends if you need help, and spread love, warmth, and kindness. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.